A quick review of the Amazfit BIP MAX. I think this was launched a few days ago, towards the end of May. But I had this watch for about um, 3 days, and I already have several Amazfit products, and I wanted to stay in the ecosystem. The one thing with this watch is what I really like about this watch is it's got a flat face, which is different from other Amazfit designs. It's not curved in the front, and the size. It's a pretty big. Amazon says it's 50 mm, but the thing with this watch is it probably doesn't build on the other models they have. I do not have the BIP 6, so I wouldn't be able to talk about that. But I do have the Amazfit Balance, and I don't think functionality wise it builds on that. But what it does is gives you a bigger screen. I'm in my 40s, and my eyes are not as good as they used to be. So, having this watch with bigger fonts and the information presented, all in one screen, that's a really good thing for me to have. And at one glance, I look at the watch and I know everything there is to know. For instance, it tells you the heart rate at the very corner. It's pretty big in size. Then it tells you the steps. It tells you, if I can get it closer, it tells you the distance you have traveled, you have walked. So all these good things, which is really important to me. The main thing with the watch is I need to be able to look at the watch and get the relevant information without straining my eyes, and that is the biggest selling point as far as I'm concerned. Now it does, the one thing which is missing from this is if you previous Amazfit watches, if you scrolled to the right, you'd get those widgets, but here it doesn't. And the workaround for that is it's a really good idea. Is that you touch the relevant portion of the screen, which displays, like say, the weather. You click on weather, it'll immediately bring up the weather widget, um, or you click on the heart rate. Um, you click on the heart rate at the very top over here, and it brings up the heart rate widget, so on and so forth. In addition to that, there are cards at the bottom. So if this phone can focus, um, you can see all the cards, and you can edit and rearrange the cards as you see fit. Other good thing about this phone is, or this watch, is it can make and receive phone calls. You can answer texts from it. The keyboard is slightly small, but you could dictate the message and it's going to send it for you on your behalf. Um, Now comparing it to, oh, this is the width of the watch. Um, it is kind of big on the wrist, but given the functionality and the fonts and how big, how easy it's to read the display, I can live with that. It comes with the silicone strap, which is very comfortable. I don't, it is really comfortable to wear. Um, it's not heavy on the wrist like you'd think. It's a bigger watch and it's heavy. I don't feel it. It's very comfortable. I don't sleep with it, and I do not enable sleep tracking. So um, that's one thing which I do not do on the phone. But on the same token, I do the rest of everything. So I get all my notifications here: email, text, phone calls, etc. And the battery life on this, I started using this on Thursday, and today is Sunday, and it's down to 69%, almost 70, yeah, 69%. So that's telling me that this can easily last, um, easily last a week on a full charge, and that is important to me. I'm not looking for the 20 days battery time. I'm looking for, if it lasts me a week, that's good enough for me. And that's one of the main reasons I got away from the Samsung watches, because it was lasting me maybe 2 days, and it was, there were times when I was traveling internationally and it just died on me. But it's not acceptable. So this one, it gives me a week's worth of, a charge, and that's good enough for me. It's more than good for me. Um, so the other thing too is I'll compare it. I have the Amazfit Balance over here. I'll put it next to. I can make the screen stay on. put this next to the Amazfit Balance, you can see it's, one is the round form factor and the other one is a rectangular one, and they're pretty much the same size. Um, Maybe the Balance has a few extra, like two GPS bands, I think, in terms of functionality, but both are good for me because I can actually see what the watch face is saying in terms of data, and I don't have to strain my eyes or things like that. So these have both worked well for me, and have been using the Balance for a while. I've been in the Amazfit ecosystem for quite a while now. I also have the Amazfit GTS 4 Mini, which is which is really nice. But the thing with the GTS 4 Mini is the battery doesn't last as long, and I think I need to charge it every 3 or 4 days. But good enough for me. Um, so this is a size comparison. I mean, you can see it's significantly larger than the GTS 4 Mini, but about the same size as the Amazfit Balance. So can't go wrong with that. What else? What else? Yeah, I mean, it can do standard stuff like what the other Amazfit watches can do. Um, it's got a bigger memory. I think it's 4 GB, so you can put your music tracks on it, which I never do. I don't need to. But yeah, you can play music through it. Obviously, with a bigger memory, you can load more maps onto it. You can load more apps onto it. But the main things which it serves or which it promises, I think it delivers. I don't know about a 20-day battery life, but a week should be more than it'll run more than a week. I'm pretty sure about that. So yeah, if you're on the fence and you like this big form factor, and you like to see bigger fonts and more data presented on a screen, obviously this is a bigger screen, it will do that. And um, this is the default watch face. There are other watch faces that come included, um, or you can download it from the. So you long click, press on this, and there are other watch faces here too. You can use, but I like the default because I think it presents the most data. Um, I have I have used this on my motorcycle in bright sunlight, and the peak brightness is really good, and I had absolutely no problems looking at it in bright sunlight. It worked fabulous, so no issues with that. So if you're looking for something slightly bigger in size, um, good visibility in sunlight, um, good battery life, I think this might be a good choice. I mean, yeah, I would definitely recommend it. You can go ahead and buy this one. So, yeah, that was my brief review. I will probably post something if I see something off with this watch, but I think it should be fine. So, yeah, nothing else to talk about here. If you're in the Amazfit ecosystem and you have used other Amazfit watches, I mean, it's up to the mark. Thank you.